How far did your experiences in Nashville influence the way you designed your desks?
One of the problems we had at Levy's was getting this value for money and depth in our records. And I don't think John Wood and I were unique in this. I think it was a problem every English engineer faced. And we thought it was all down to separation. And so studios became very dead and down to compression, down to EQ. And so that really was the start of English desk manufacturers sticking EQ or parametric EQs, compressors, limiters on every bloody channel. So when John and I decided to leave Levy's and set up our own studio, we've always been impressed by what's now called the Nashville sound, a very open sound. So I thought I had to go to Nashville and find out exactly what was going on. And that was an eye-opener. I went with Jill and we would just walk into studios and say, oh, is it possible to see the chief engineer? Chief engineer would come out. I'd say, I'm the chief engineer in London. Heard about your studio. Can we have a look round, please? And the studio that really sticks out in my mind even now was Bradley's in Nashville. Which Bradley's it was, I can't remember. And Chet Atkins was sitting on a chair in the middle of this, it was like an aircraft hangar, just playing. And we had a chat with him, and then the chief engineer showed us a control room. And I was absolutely gobsmacked. I was expecting some huge desk, racks and racks of EQs. It was a small 8-input mono desk, except every channel had a direct output, and about 4 Lanchevin EQs, rusted in the 3K maximum boost position. And so I was talking to him, and he said, you English, you're so concerned about separation. He said, the first thing you have to do is you have to find musicians who can play. The second thing is you find musicians who can play together and can balance themselves. If they balance themselves, any leak you get across other microphones is a natural leak, and it adds atmosphere. He said, the last thing, he said, you want to do is have a dry studio and then add artificial reverb. Let the reverb come from the studio, from the surroundings. And I mentioned earlier about This Is Mersey Beat. That's where that came from the room.
Yeah.
So my idea of mixers or mixer design changed on the plane coming back to the UK. So I threw everything I'd sketced out away and started again and made it much more basic, although every strip on the A range did have a sort of Pultec type EQ on it. That was it.
And what other aspects changed?
How do you mean?
In terms of the post-Nashville design?
It was to keep things simple, basically.
Right.
Have the signal go through as few amplifiers as possible. Everything transformer balanced. So all your grounds are contained within each unit, so you don't have earth loop problems or noise problems or RF pickup problems from taxis outside. And it worked.